Welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a Wednesday. Of course, let's head up to our friends up in Sydney in particular. Of course, been with the Hills United, football club who won not just the League One championship in the seniors, but also won the 23s as well. And of course, we've got three very special guest joins right now to tell us all about it. Thanks all three for joining us.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
No worries. Well, I'll get the three to introduce yourselves and obviously which Hills United teams that you all were involved in.
So I'm Aisling. I'm the club captain at Hills United. I play for the first grade team.
I'm Portia. I'm the captain of the 23s and I play for the 23s.
I'm Paul. I'm the head coach of the under-23s. I also do a fair bit with first grade as well, just in assisting wherever I can.
We'll start with the 23s first. So obviously for you, Paul and Portia in particular, tell us a bit about the season, and was there any point in the season that was like, okay, we could do something really special this year?
A lot of it for us was based on the fact that the core of the group had been together for at least over a year by that point. So a lot of the fundamentals that we'd been trying to apply, we had time. So when we came into the preseason, we kind of hit the ground running really, really quickly. And we kind of knew that it was going to be a pretty special season when we had beaten a couple of NPL1 teams in the preseason. We went up to Illawarra and beat the Stingrays. We went to MacArthur and beat the Bulls. And I think we went into the season in a really good place. And I think even on a couple of the really small setbacks that we had, the reaction that we'd had the week after a loss or dropping points was really strong. So it was a really resilient group. And we were kind of able to get into a bit of form really early in the year, and we had enough quality to see us out the rest of the way. So it was one of those ones where we kind of knew what we had quite early, but it was good to see that we could do it for the whole year.
I agree. I think it was like a lot of things too, especially like Paul was saying, like we had been together for a long time. So I feel like this year it just like the girls came together really easily, and even the girls that came into the team, it just, I don't know, everything kind of just came together like it was easy. There was no stress. Everyone got along. And I feel like when you're getting along off the pitch, it's easy to do well on the pitch. And even when we did have like very few losses that we did have, like I feel like we're just so used to doing them well that when these losses come, like they really come like hard for us. So we really take that as like a learning opportunity to move forward. And it's like everyone really reevaluates and assesses it. And then that next week is such a big thing that we want to get back on like our winning ways. And like, Paul says like winning's a habit. And once you get into the habit, you just kind of keep going. And we kind of just stayed in that habit. And I feel like all the girls, like we went into every week just trying to be as humble as possible as well. Like, making sure that no matter what team we were playing, we're always going in with the same mindset. Like whether we were playing the team that was, competing with us for first or the team that was at the bottom of the table, we went in like knowing that the job is to win and that's it. It doesn't matter who we're playing. It doesn't matter, what team we're coming up against.
Similar question for you, Aisling, about the first grade.
So just coming off what Paul said, I think we hit the ground running as well. We knew what we had quite early. I think just something different though, we sort of had that we'd never gotten like a championship title. We knew that the 23s had, and there'd been a few years where it was like a little bit disappointing for us. And I think we felt like we had let the club down. So we knew what we wanted to do this year. I think the whole club worked together in knowing what they wanted to do this year. And we really, stuck to it. Aimed a little short, to be honest. We wanted to just get top 5 finals. Didn't want to say promotion word too early because I think that's what we'd focused on previous years and didn't quite get there. So I think aiming a little short and then getting higher was a really good thing that we did this year. A few new girls, hit the ground running, just did really well.
Was there any point in the season that you pretty much wrapped up the whole thing and got a chance to enjoy the last couple of games?
We did get promotion a few games earlier, but I don't think it stopped there. We always wanted to get the title of championships as well. Champions as well. So we never gave up saying, you know, this next game is going to be easy because we've done what we needed to do. It was always, you know, pushed to the end. And then once the season's over, we can relax a little bit. I will say, though, once we did get promoted, there was some big celebrations.
Yeah, I feel like our team, we're one squad, and like Ash was saying, in the past years where, you know, 23s have done well in first grade, you know, might have like felt like they were, you know, not beating that mark, you know, they were always there to support us. And in the same way, like, I feel like our wins are their wins and their wins are our wins. So like that promotion game, like, none of us 23s girls were on the pitch. Well, some of them were, but like we weren't playing, but like that meant as much to us as it, like, that win for first grade is our win too. And, you know, the promotion is for both teams. And, you know, anytime like first grade played a big game, you know, they got behind us. And, you know, when we were playing a big game, you know, we were behind them. Like, it's just, I don't know, we are really, really one team, and we just support each other in both ways. So any of their celebrations are our celebrations, and, you know, we kind of all back each other in that way. So yeah, the promotion game was definitely a big moment where everyone just felt like we could, you know, take a breath. And then when we got to Tuesday the next week, it was like, oh, back on to focus for finals. You know, it doesn't matter about promotion. We're focusing on finals now. So that was good that we could do that.
I would say that I think because of the way the competition's structured, I think both teams are quite reliant on each other. So naturally, teams are, you know, first graders, and the first grade team's going to be focused on themselves throughout the week and making sure that they pick up their points. And same with the 23s. You know, they've got due diligence to make sure that we go into every game as a team to go and take up the points that we can. But the way that the competition structures itself is that if your first grade's really good and your 23s aren't, you're not getting promoted, and vice versa. So, you know, just what Portia was saying, just to sort of add to that, it's one of those ones where it kind of has to be one celebration in itself, because we're so reliant on each other. And with that reliance, that followed into training, our ability to have, you know, 23s players play up in first grade during cup games, and first graders drop down and give the 23s a hand when we had some injury struggles. The group in itself is fantastic, and you don't get the reward that we got without the group being what it was. So it ended up being quite successful, which was really, really good.
Now, Portia, you got some individual awards of your own at the recent, of course, the awards night as well, the Gala Awards, which obviously the one was the Golden Boot, scored 27 goals throughout the season.
Yeah.
Is there one particular goal that stands out to you this past season, Portia?
Oh, I've never been asked that before. I'm not sure. In terms, I think probably the semi-final goal, because it just meant a lot to me to score in the final. And yeah, I feel like it was a really tough game, that game. Like we only won 1-0. Was it 1-0? No, 2-0, sorry. But we scored late at the end. But there was a deadlock for just a really long amount of time. And I feel like that goal for me was just like a big relief. Like last year in the semi-finals, we finished first, but we lost in the semi-finals. And that was just a big heartbreak that a lot of the girls, again, as Paul said, stayed again this year. We kind of felt extra nerves coming into that semi-final because of the loss that we faced last year. Even though we did finish first, you know, we lost in the semi-final, and it doesn't mean much if you don't make it to the grand final. So like scoring in that semi and being like, okay, like now we can relax. And when we went on to score a second. So I feel like that was probably one of the most memorable for me.
Ansley, tell us about your amazing teammate, Isabella, who got Player of the Year.
She's a hard worker. She's always at training, giving her best. She knows how to put it away, and she's really good with all the girls. So really, really good from her. I don't know what else to say about it. That would give you too much more. It's like she just is, like, take her as you get.
She's just a natural goal scorer. Like,
yeah,
you put her,
she can like, just put it away at any time,
and you don't even have to wait for the ball to hit the back. Like, you know, she's scoring. Like the ball gets like, yeah, like Izzy's got it. Like,
there's one thing she can't do, and that's a bicycle.
Oh.
She tries.
She's tried before. It's terrible.
All through your football journeys, where did the love of the World Game start? And what does it mean to be part of Hills United?
For me, it started quite young. My dad always put me in a lot of sports. So, you know, he tried us in everything, same as my mum. I think against my mum's opinion, my dad put us in soccer. She always wanted us to be a dancer, and Dad was like, we're not having that. So he put us in soccer, me and my sisters, and sort of just grew from there, you know, playing with the boys at a young age. You hear a lot of like, oh, like it's just a girl, like try and get her, and then you beat the boys, you know, it really ramps you up. So I think it really just started from like a really young age for me, just moving up and then trying to be better for myself every year. And being part of Hills, you know, it means everything. I've been part of clubs that, you know, don't give you a lot, but Hills is really like one family, to be honest. It's great. Like they give you everything, a lot of confidence. I can't recommend them enough.
Yeah, similar for me, from when I was young. So I've been playing since I was 4, and it was kind of like a non-negotiable, like, you know, everyone in my family plays, and, you know, obviously like I was itching for it as soon as I could sign up for a soccer team. You know, I was in there, and same as Ash, you know, playing with the boys. And, you know, I feel like it's just, you know, a different feeling when you're on that field. Like I've played other sports and everything, and all through when I was young, and when it got to the point that you sort of get a bit older and you're like, okay, can't be keeping up these other sports. It's like there's nothing like football. Like, you know, it's just something different. The team environment, I love team sports. Like there's just being with the girls and everything, that's half the fun. I feel like a lot of the girls in our team, we do a lot of dinners and outings and stuff, and that pretty much like makes the year. You know, some of the most memorable memories we have together aren't actually on the pitch, they're off the pitch. So I feel like that makes it really worth your while. And yeah, Hills is just an amazing club. Like even just the whole association, I work as a coach for Hills football, and just everyone is just on the same page. Everyone has the same vibe. Everyone has a big sense of community. They want to see everyone achieve well. Even at our promotion game, we had youth girls from like the under 9s GSAP. You know, we had all these girls come and support us, make signs, make everything. And I think that's a credit to the club and, you know, the community that they've built, because, you know, these little girls, we're trying to give them something to look forward to. And when me and Ash were young, you know, we didn't have so much as this support. We had to go play with the boys, and we had to do that sort of stuff. And, you know, now that we're getting promoted to NPL1, we're kind of reaping those rewards. We're stepping into a bit more of a professional environment for us girls. And hopefully, you know, the things that we can do can help the girls that are coming through that are young. And by the time that they get to first grade, you know, it's an even playing field for them.
My football journey started pretty much same as most people's. I was probably playing football from the moment that I could walk. A lot of that was due to the fact that, you know, my dad has been a huge factor in sort of getting me into where I got to, especially at a young age. I probably peaked too early as a player, unfortunately. Probably hence why I'm a coach so young. But no, my football journey started really, really young. I had some spells overseas. I played at quite a high level. I had my moments naturally throughout the course of any player. You teeter on the point of making it or breaking, and unfortunately injuries kind of took its toll late on. But you know, took the journey into coaching, which has been which I've been able to reap a lot of the benefits of what I probably wasn't able to achieve as a player a bit later on. But yeah, from the literally the moment that I could walk, I think there was probably a ball in maybe every baby picture of me. I'm pretty sure the first gift I was ever given was a pair of football boots. So it's just one of those ones where I think you're kind of born into it, and then it's your job throughout your life to just sort of take that. And I think for at least the three of us, I can say that we're maximizing a lot of the potential that we have. And in terms of Hills, Hills has been so good for me personally. For them to take a chance to put I guess an inexperienced coach at the time, quite a young coach at the time, into the role that they put me in, and kind of give me the space to be creative and give me the responsibility to go and do what needs to be done. Whether I'm working with the 23s or work with first grade, there's a lot of faith there within our coaching staff, within a lot of the higher ups. So that support allows me to give the best that I can, and the best that I can give means that the players can go out and give their best, and it just sort of the trickle effect from the top down. Without, you know, the board and people like that, without the coaching staff, without the players, none of what we've been able to achieve so far, and still a lot more to achieve, but what we've achieved so far doesn't happen without the entirety of the club coming together, which has been really good to be a part of.
Paul, I need to ask you this as a coach, obviously being the head coach of the 23s and obviously assistant coach for the league team. What's the one thing that you've taken out in regarding to coaching both teams? In regarding to, is it easier to coach the girls than the boys if you have coached the boys before?
I haven't necessarily coached boys, but I've obviously been in that space as a player. I would say that there is big differences, and those differences don't necessarily have to be good or bad. I think that they're both challenging in their own way. They're different in their own way. They're both rewarding in their own way. I really appreciate being in the women's space because it's growing rapidly. The players are so keen to get in, to get better, to learn. There's not as many egos, I would say, which is really good to be a part of when there's so many players that are so willing to be there, and there's so many players that want to be at the club and they want to give their best. And not that boys don't, but I think that with the way that the game's growing in the country, we want to be one of those clubs that's at the forefront of, you know, producing really good players and producing really good coaches. And being a part of both sections is really rewarding for me, because if I'm able to do my job in the 23s, it means I can create the next first graders to come through the program. And when we have 23s players playing first grade and making their debuts and becoming starters at that level, it just means that what we're doing is working.
For the two captains there, what did that mean to you to win the Premiership as captains? And obviously, I'm assuming both of you got voted by your peers to be captains. Am I correct?
Chosen by the coaches, I think.
Coaches. What does that mean for both of you?
To be honest, I think every team should be striving for Premiership. I think it means more than being champions, because you've won that many games over a season. It's the best you can ask from a team. You know, we've been the best most consecutively, and it's just everything you'd want from a team. You know, even taking like the losses, going off of that and then turning it back around the next week, because, you know, there's a bigger thing to aim for. So yeah, I think it's really something special, and if you can do that as a team, you've got a really unique thing going for you. So
yeah, I think same as what Ash said, like, you know, getting that first place trophy just wraps up all of that hard work that you've done all year. And, you know, coming to that, you know, milestone, it obviously feels really good, like a bow on top with the grand final as well. But I feel like that was kind of the main thing of, like, you know, like we've achieved what we set out to achieve. And, you know, like you said, being the best team for that however many rounds in a row is just, it's just a big team effort. It's not done by one person. It's not done by one game or one game winning goal. It's like for a whole season, pre-season included. It's just a nice way to, you know, come off that and feel like everything was done for a reason, and, you know, you get to come out with something. And I guess being the captain, it was my first year being a captain, and it was really special as well, like for Paul and Alan to trust me as well, because I mean, I'm only 20, being the captain of an under 23s team, but, you know, I feel like just taking it humbly and not trying to, you know, change any of the way our team works, like, you know, just trying to work with Paul as much as I can to, you know, support him, because that's the job of a captain. It's to support the players and to support the coach. It's not about, you know, making it something bigger than it's not. It's just about being there, that when the girls need you, you're there for them. And when they need someone that, like, well, in Link's case, behind them to push them up, and from me from the front, like, they have someone there that's supporting them. And I feel like that's just, yeah, the most amazing thing about it, because it's all of our achievements at the end of the day.
Fantastic segue. I'm going to ask you, Coach Paul, now, what did you see that convinced you to have her as your captain?
The good thing for me and Portia has always been that our relationship's gone a lot further than the last couple of years. So me and Portia have been working together for maybe the better part of a decade in a different way through an academy. So our relationship has been built over time. Mm. And naturally, with anything, the more time you can spend with someone, and that quality relationship that you can build, a lot of trust comes with it. And as a coach, like Bush said, my job is to have a captain that can bridge that gap between making sure that the messages that we as coaches and a coaching staff we're trying to get across to the players is conveying. And when away from, team meetings or away from training sessions, that sort of standard that we try to implement is being upheld. And that is the job that Portia has and Ash has in first grade. And they do it so well. So for me, it was never an issue of could they do the job? It was more just sort of like a timing thing. But they have both been outstanding team leaders. They've done such a great job in supporting us. I don't think that they realize quite the job that they do for us. But it's a fantastic opportunity for me to be able to sit in front of them and be able to tell them how much we appreciate them, because it's fantastic. But on more of a personal point, for me and Porsche necessarily, wouldn't have anyone else to do it right now. That's for sure.
Thanks, Paul.
So we'll finish with a couple of light-hearted questions about the team. So the first part is, how much love did both your Premiership cups get? And did either you either drink out of it or kiss it?
I think nearly everyone in the team had a drink out of it.
Yeah.
And it made its way around the group for a few weeks. So I don't think they've stopped getting love since.
The lucky thing was that we had quite a few trophies this year. So it was
yes.
So we had quite a few. It made it to one of the girls in the first grade team got married a couple of weeks after. So it made it to her wedding. She walked into her wedding reception with it. So it made it around quite a bit.
Trophies are currently sitting in the bar at the house right now. So we have all the trophies lined up across the bar. So I can assure you they still get seen, they still get love every now and then, that's for sure.
How long did you wear your medals around your nets for? And did you sleep with it? And then the second part, was it pure gold on the day once you bit on it?
Might have cracked a tooth once I bit on it, but
definitely not pure gold. But I can tell you we did go stay in our jerseys.
I think there is a photo of me circulating somewhere where there's a photo of me with the coaching staff, and the beauty of being a part of both teams was I was able to collect all of the medals. So there is a photo of me somewhere with about 8 medals around my neck at one point, which is really cool. You don't get those sort of things every day. So when you do get them, you enjoy them, so it was really cool.
Actually, similar for me. Somehow I ended up with a first grade medal as well. So, so similar for me. Didn't make it on the pitch, but I ended up with a medal. So it was kind of like, I'll take them while I can get them. It doesn't come around all the time.
So who's the comedian, the best singer, and the best dancer? I'm assuming there would have been quite a few singers and dancers, or supposedly, during the celebrations.
Oh, I'd say the comedian, probably Monique, I think.
I'd say Monique or Sarah. Sarah is so funny.
Sarah's funny. Singers, I feel like we don't have any good singers. I feel like most of us think we are, but we're not. And the dancers, I got to say Ellen.
I was going to say Ellen too, yeah.
Ellen and Helena and Rani pull out some
Rani as well.
Really interesting dance moves. So I feel like those three kind of got it down pat.
Now, do either of you have a pre-game superstition, ritual, or routine as captains and coach?
I do have superstitions. I have to eat my banana before the game in the team meeting, and then I have to jump 3 times before the whistle is blown to start the game on the field.
I have the same ribbon that I wear every week that I've worn for 2 years now, but Paul's going to roll his eyes because he thinks superstitions are stupid. Whenever I tell him, I'm like, oh my God, if I'm like, I forgot my ribbon, and he's like, Portia, have you lost wearing the ribbon? And I'm like, yeah. Have you won wearing the ribbon? Yeah. Well, then it's dumb. And I'm like, no, but I need my ribbon. I think that's it. And I do have an order of I like to do things be first at the physio and all that different stuff. But I think the ribbon's the main one.
As a player, I probably had maybe the dumbest superstition or pre-game ritual. We would usually play on a Saturday afternoon. My last meal would usually be either a Thursday night or a Friday morning. I didn't eat Friday night. I didn't eat all day Saturday. I couldn't function during like while eating or anything like that, I had to be on empty stomach always when I was playing games, because I would always work myself up. I wouldn't be as have that sick feeling. As a coach, yeah, I think Porsche nailed it. I don't have really superstition throughout the week, I think, because a lot of the things that I can control are through the week. So I would like to think that all the work I've done is throughout the week. And if I'm relying on a superstition as a coach, it probably means that I don't have maybe the faith in myself or my players to get the job done. So as a player, you can have superstitions and things like that. But as a coach, I think that you've got to have faith in the group and the work you do throughout the week, so that I don't have to rely on making sure I put my right sock on before my left sock, or I put my pants on before my shirt or something like that. But as a player, yeah, I definitely did, for sure.
I do have one other superstition, but it's kind of stupid. I can't cut my nails on a Sunday. And if I do, it's bad
That is
luck.
so random.
I know, it's my toenails too. So if I like forget to do it, and then on a Sunday I got to put my boots on, I'm like it's too late. I can't do it.
That's so funny.
Who had the most embarrassing moment on the field this past season, and what was it? I'm assuming it would have been caught on camera if it was during the game.
Embarrassing moment.
Monique's falling over all the time, like every 10 minutes in a game.
The girls said that they would clip it and make it into a compilation. Like, it's not even one embarrassing moment. It's just like multiple. And she just falls so well. It's just funny. I don't know how she does it.
Have the ball to fall. She's just always falling over.
Just to add one to that, I don't know if they remember it. There's a clip. It was a home game and a ball went over the top and Tamsin went running after it. And she just face plant, hit the deck, never got back up. The whole bench is up laughing at her. You can see it. She's so embarrassed about it. 2 minutes later, same thing. Same thing on the exact same run. Like 2 minutes later, which is not surprising. It's either Mon or Tamsin. Either one of them is going to be face first in the ground. That's why we love them.
And we laugh at them for it at training too. I mean, if you're not laughing, you're crying, and you kind of like look at them and you're like, okay, like they're good. Like, all right, we can laugh. But most of the time they're laughing too.
Did the team have a hype song? And if so, what was it? And then who was the responsible one for the speakers?
For first grade, I don't think we really had a hype song, but we do there's like a remix of Summer Rain by Donna Summers.
Ooh.
That we play a lot, and I think all the girls really like that one. And I was in charge of the speakers, but everyone has like a little playlist that they add their songs into, so it's not too much pressure on me. And when I do play a song, I'm usually like, oh my gosh, I hope people are liking it. Like,
yeah, it was same for us. Like, we kind of had a joint playlist. I think 23s we're a bit more embarrassing. We switched it up every week. We would take the speaker with us wherever we went and do some singing. I think one week we had the Lorax on, and Paul could not have been more disappointed in us walking past the change room, and we were singing I can't remember what's the song, but it's from the Lorax. We're singing that part.
Yeah.
It was one song that we played every week. I think it was called like Kick Bass in Your Face, and it was just like a really just like hard style song that we just had to play when we got back from our warm-up before we went out. So that was one, yeah, for sure.
Also starting nightclubs in the physio room at Valentine Sports Park. Probably, yeah. You go in to check the players that are getting physio, to make sure that they're good, make sure they're ready to go. You open the door, the entire 23s team is in the physio room. The lights on and off. The speaker is so loud. Our physio is trying to do his job. He can't because we've started a rave in there. But hey, you know what? If that's what brings results and that's what gets them ready for games, then I am no one to tell them they can't do it. That's for sure.
All right, Portia, I need to ask you this based on that last question. I'll make this the last one.
That's all right.
So, what does your physio think of this?
He loves it. He's another team member. Like, oh my God, he encourages it. He's like, oh, why isn't everyone in here? Bring them all in. Like, he's great. He's pretty much part of our team. So we're bringing him along with us. We said, you can't can't leave us. You're coming to MPL1 with us. So he loves it.
All three, thank you so much for getting up some of your time to join us. Obviously, congratulations on winning, obviously, the League One title, and hopefully, can't wait to see where this team goes in the Premier League next year, and hopefully all goes well. And I'm sure you'll be doing the Hills region very proud this year, and hopefully there's more to come out there in the West.
Thanks so much for having us.
Very much.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks.
No worries. Of course, if you want to get out there and support the amazing Hills United for next year, of course, we'll put all the details up on how you can get involved there at Hills. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 15th year celebration.
Aisling Davidson, I play for Hills United FC, and you're listening to Smash FM.
I'm Portia Barrios. I play for Hills United FC, and you're listening to Smash FM.
Now I'm Paul from Hills United, and you're listening to Smash FM.